Homelessness is an epidemic that can hit anyone. You can be rich one day and then homeless the next day, whether or not you're normal or esoteric. Here are 10 of the most unusual homeless people. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button and be the first to know when we upload more videos. Stealth in the closet. In 2008, a man in Japan became suspicious after food in his apartment started to disappear. He installed security cameras and saw that someone was walking through his home, so he called police. The police did a thorough search and discovered a woman in one of the closets. It was discovered that the 58-year-old woman had actually been living in the man's apartment for over a year, and even got a mattress in the closet so she had a place to sleep. She even took showers while the man was at work. How did she get in? Apparently, the apartment was left unlocked one day, and so she let herself in. Homeless Joe. The story of the name known simply as Homeless Joe is fascinating, as he combated his homeless state by having a woman take him home each night while living in Manhattan. While many proclaimed him an epic hero as he was getting laid each night, able to shower at the girl's place, and then spend the next day finding his next place to stay, Joe was abusing heroin. Today, Joe has survived 18 drug overdoses. He moved to Texas and he is trying to piece his life back together. Civilian in the barracks. In Fort Bragg, North Carolina, in December 2015, a homeless man was arrested after it was discovered he was living in the 3rd Special Forces Group barracks for months. The unidentified man was able to obtain a military ID, a uniform, and even weapons. He was able to play it off as a soldier and convince even the most discerning officer that he belonged there. He was living with the 82nd Airborne before 3rd Special Forces, gave himself a promotion from specialist to sergeant, and even conducted room inspections. The man's downfall was when he was arrested by the military police for a DUI, and once suspicion was raised, it was all downhill from there. Woman in the office. In July 2016, David Wallman heard noises coming from his attic as well as his office in his home in Green Lake, Washington. Once he heard the noises in his office, he tried to get in, but it was locked. He knocked on the door in his own home and heard a woman say, "Jimmy? Jimmy, is that you?" Wallman found himself confronting a homeless woman in his home who claimed that Jimmy was the one who allowed her to live in the house. When Wallman called the police, the homeless woman fled. Shane Dussault. In June 2011, McGill University student Shane Dussault made the conscious decision to live as a homeless person. While his friends and family have money that they can send him, Dussault declined. He realized that he could get a job, but once he realized that his job went towards paying rent so he could have a roof over his head, Dussault decided that he didn't want to live that way. To make ends meet while he's in school, he lives off his student loans. He eats at the school student center, sleeps in a sleeping bag, and showers at the campus gym. Ted Williams. In 2011, Ted Williams went viral while he was homeless. While panhandling, he had a sign saying that he had a God-given voice. One person decided to take a video while interacting with Williams, and the world was shocked to hear his incredible radio voice. The Columbia Dispatch published the video, and Williams became famous. He was reunited with his mother, appeared on talk shows, and even wrote a memoir. He currently has his own talk show on the radio called The Golden Voice Show. Eric Simons. For 2 months, Eric Simons managed to squat at the AOL headquarters in Palo Alto. After he had worked on an incubator project at the tech giant for about 4 months, as well as launching his own startup, his friends went back to college while Simons stayed behind. The problem was that he had no money left. He realized that his AOL badge still worked, so he decided to squat at AOL, using the gym showers, eating the free food, and sleeping on one of the many couches in the building. His stay ended after security arrived an hour early and caught him sleeping on the premises. George. After moving out of his parents' home and falling into debt, George tried to get by in London, but to no avail. He thought to himself, where can he go that's safe, clean, and warm? George went to Heathrow Airport in the international terminal, where there were seats and access to free food in the garbage. George was able to live at Heathrow for 4 years and managed to keep himself neat and tidy. His mother was at Heathrow to pick up a relative when she saw George, and the family was reunited. Nicholas Berggruen. He is known as the homeless billionaire because in 2000 he swore off his Manhattan apartment and started living as a nomad, living in 4-star hotels instead. Even though he officially had no place to call home, he was famous for throwing some of the most incredible parties and even gifted the city of Los Angeles with a $500 million gift. Forbes put his net worth at around $1.5 billion, and Bear Gruen has been very generous with his wealth. Rumor has it that he is starting to think about settling down because the homeless billionaire moniker bothers him. Bayon Artrell McCullough. After serving time in prison, Bayon Artrell McCullough became homeless after he had no family and no job to come home to in Florence, South Carolina. In order to get some money, 28-year-old Bayon put a sign around his neck that said, "We'll sing for food," and he delivers on his promise. In a viral video that was uploaded to YouTube, Bayon is seen serenading 2 women, singing John Legend's All of Me, with much success to a surprised audience. Luckily for him, it seems that singing is starting to save him from homelessness. We hope you enjoy this video. Please leave us a comment down below letting us know what you think, and don't forget to come back to The Richest Daily for more incredible videos. Thanks for watching.